Hello, everybody. This is Scott Hudspeth with Agent Mastermind. Welcome to the call, and welcome to an amazing week here at Agent Mastermind. We have surpassed the 12,000 people Facebook group page. I'm so excited and honored to be a part of your life. So if you haven't joined our private Facebook group, we are at facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. Okay, I got a lot to cover, so I'm going to get started here. Busy week for everybody, wrapping up the holiday week. So let's do this, shall we? All right, so I'm going to share with you how to get more listings and buyers while doing only the things you love to do. Who on this call would love to be a part of that scenario? All right, cool. Hopefully everybody raised their hand and said, yes, that's me. Let's do this. So one of the big challenges that everybody that I meet face, including myself, right before I get in this call, this little guy shows up and says, really, Scott, you're going to get on this call and you're going to talk to hundreds and hundreds of people, and they're going to think you're stupid, they're going to think you're dumb, you're going to say something that's not right. That's a huge issue, and I think for a lot of people, and it just goes back to getting back up and doing the things that you really truly love, and stop listening to this little guy on your shoulder who continually, every time you go to a listing appointment, they're going to say no, they're not going to like me, my hair doesn't look right, I'm not wearing the right shirt. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I have a tie that I wear every time that I'm going to something that I know I want to go right. It's just my special tie. So, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, let's do something different in 2015. Every time the little guy shows up on your shoulder and says, man, you shouldn't be doing this, let's just flick him off, okay? Do me a favor. Every single time he shows up, flick him off and say, I'm not going to listen to you this time. I'm going to go a different direction, okay? And let's just plow through everything that's holding you back, everything that is keeping you from where you want to be, keeping you from helping your family, goals, dreams, desires, all that fun stuff, shall we? All right, so here's what Barbara said. She goes, the difference between a $40,000 a year and a $4 million a year producer as far as income is how fast they bounce back from the no's. I just want to share that with you. I know I've said it like every single class here on out, but it's so real. Because if you take 2 weeks to recover from a no, like, or you deliver a flower pot strategy that we've all know and come to like, and nothing happens, it just means you just haven't talked to enough people, right? So it doesn't mean stop doing it. It means keep doing something, okay? Sometimes, and this is a big one, this is huge, sometimes we have to continually be jumping off cliffs and developing our wings on the way down. We use this phrase, I want to hear it from you, I want to see you say it, saying, hey, Scott, I jumped, I had no wings, I'm growing them on the way down, I'm learning this stuff, I picked up the phone, I delivered the flower pot, whatever it is. We're going to show you how to remove all the clutter from your life. But here's one thing I have to share. Is sorry to say, there is no one-size-fits-all business plan that's going to work for everybody on this call. I wish I could say, hey, everybody do this, do this, do this, do this, and you're going to have the same success. Well, actually, if you followed the person that's most successful on this call and you did the exact same things, you probably would have similar results. But that's not everybody's passion. Not everybody wants to own a brokerage shop with 20 agents or 200 agents or 2,000 agents. Not everybody wants to close 10 deals a month. Not everybody wants to close 15 deals, 20 deals, 30 deals a month. Maybe you just want to close one more deal a month, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Sound good? All right. So can we all agree that the real picture here is writing small checks to cash big checks? I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen people will spend hours and hours and hours on something to try and save 50 bucks. Like literally, they'll spend 3 hours to try and figure out how to edit their video. When you can do it for $5 on Fiverr, and somebody will do it for you and come back with an amazing product while you either enjoyed time with your family or made phone calls to your past database or something like that. So can we all agree that we're in the business to writing small checks to cash big checks, and those checks can be very big in this industry. So sometimes, I mean, we're leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table because we just trying to do the $5 an hour stuff when we should be doing the $500 an hour stuff, okay? So successful people don't think like clerks. Can we agree that anything less than $50 is kind of free? And that's kind of my motto. It's like if it's $50 or less, I mean, for real, and it's going to take me more than a couple minutes, I'm just going to have someone else do it. So as we go along with this, this will all come and make sense. So just bear with me here, and can we all agree that if it's 50 bucks, it's free? Okay, I'm not going to sell you anything today, but I'm going to ask you to get some help on some stuff that you shouldn't be doing that probably is $10 an hour work when you should be doing $500 an hour work, okay? All right. So the secret of all top agents find a strategy that is working, then they implement it. Now, next week, for example, I have a guy on that's going to be on here, closed $40 million. He's closing $40 million in production this year, works about 12.5 to, I know it's hard to believe, 12.5 to 15 hours a week, and he closed $40 million in production this year. He's going to be on, he's going to share with us his secrets. He's going to be on quite a bit with us because the guy's killing it right now, and I go, okay, why don't you share what you're doing with your, with your business that other people can use and incorporate into theirs. So next, once they find a strategy that's working, they delegate it out, then do more and whatever that is, rinse and repeat. So you guys ever followed somebody, or if you want any recommendations on who to follow, I would absolutely positively read the 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and then watch every single video, read every single book that he has. Guy's amazing. He is a master at doing this. Delegate it out. Like once you find a strategy that works, delegate it out so someone else is doing it while you're doing the next thing, okay? One of the things I'm going to focus on a lot, and I would heavily write this down and put it somewhere by your desk, or maybe a computer screensaver, or on your phone when you pop it up. It's called read. You have to learn how to read. Reduce, eliminate, automate, and delegate. I'm telling you guys, this is the secret to success. This has changed my life in more ways than you can ever imagine, and I think Carl White for this times 10. He literally forces me to do this. Reduce, eliminate, automate, and delegate. And we're going to share an exercise that we do every 90 days with our mastermind group, our high-end mastermind group that guys close, like gross in excess of $1 million. We do this every 90 days, and then we look at 12 months down the road, then every 90 days, what does that look like? What do we need to do to make it happen? So reduce, eliminate, automate. I can't say enough how powerful that is, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make this happen, okay? So here's the question before I get into this. As agents, we don't sell pencils. Each additional closing brings in an extra $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. It's huge, right? So to increase your business by an extra 2 closings per month, you could have an extra $6,000 per month raise, right? It's a big deal. An extra $72,000 a year. What would you do with the money? Buy a new car, buy a new home, take a vacation with your family, hire a cleaner for your house. This is, of course, Vicky's. She helped me put the slide together, and, of course, she would hire a cleaner herself, to spend more time on your motorcycle, whatever it may be, or help people and build a legacy. It's amazing with an extra $72,000 a year what your life could look like, and you need to map this out and go, okay, it's just a plan. Put a plan in place, and I'm going to help you put that plan in place today. So how do you get an extra $6,000 a month? Put your plan on paper. We do this. What we do is we write on this whiteboard. It's a huge whiteboard, 6 foot. It's literally a room, a 30 by 30 room, and it's every wall in that place is whiteboards, okay? We write it out. We write out, okay, where do we want to be in 12 months that's going to make me happy? We analyze your plan every 2 weeks. We get on it. We talk every 2 weeks and go, okay, what am I doing the next 2 weeks to accomplish the next 90 days where I want to be that's going to get me to my 12-month make happy plan, right? We make adjustments to our plan as we go along. For example, something got in the way where I didn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish in the next 2 weeks. What got in the way? Can we reduce, eliminate, automate, or delegate it to somebody else so it doesn't get in the way again, so I can accomplish what I want to accomplish in the next 2 weeks, right? And here's the big one. I can't tell you how important this is. Hang out with others that are doing the same thing, hitting the numbers, okay? If you hang out with 4 losers, you're soon going to become the 5th. If you hang out with 4 winners, you're soon going to become the 5th. It's just a statistical fact. It's just what happens, okay? All right. So let me just go right here. So here's an agent roller coaster, and this is like for any business roller coaster. We start down here on our great month, and we're having a great month. We're making our phone calls. We're meeting with buyers. We're meeting with sellers. We get some transactions in the hopper, and all of a sudden we start to go downhill because we're not making the phone calls. We're not doing the marketing stuff. We're not building the brand. We're not staying in front of people that know, like, and trust us, and our business starts to drop. And then we start all over again. It's a vicious cycle. We have a great month, bad month, great month, bad month, because we did everything we needed to do right here to get our business going in the right direction, and then we get to the top and we get busy and we don't know how to reduce, eliminate, automate, and delegate the things that really aren't important for me as the business owner to do, and then we start to go downhill and, of course, get back in the minutia and the rat race. So I'm sure that everybody knows what I'm talking about. Now, guys, Everybody has this issue. I don't care if you're like the owner of Facebook, Mark Zuckerman, or the owner of Bill Gates. They all have this, and they just have learned to really focus on what it takes them from, or who takes them from right here to right here. And then here's the best part. This is not a fun thing going down. You're like, oh crap, I don't have any business. I got to make my phone calls. I got to get out there. I got to meet people. I got to introduce myself. I got to get more listings. I got to get more buyers. Where do I get leads? Blah, blah, blah. And if you just do the things that got you the business in the first place, guess what? The business will stay there because that's all you're doing every single day. What if, and this is I love this thing. I'm going to just take a little pencil out here. What if you did nothing but work on what got you from here to here, and then you delegated the rest of whatever it is that takes you back down here, and you kept going. Same thing month after month after month. You're doing the exact thing that put the loans in the hopper, the purchases, the buyers, the sellers in the hopper to begin with, and that's all you ever did. What would it look like in just 90 days if that's all you did? It would be insane, right? Absolutely would, because I'm living proof of it. So I'm going to talk about Pareto's law of distribution, and this works for anything on planet Earth. I was actually at in Boston, and I ate dinner at this fish place, and I was talking to this fisherman, and he said, you know what's funny is 90% of the fish are caught in 10% of the water, and I'm like, that is so weird. So if you find the 10% of the water out there, you're going to have an opportunity to catch 90% of the fish. So in this example for your real estate business, we're going to focus on what is the 80% of your income that is result of 20% of your activities, okay? Other way to say it is, what's making me what's the 20% that's making me 80% of my income? That's an easier way to understand it. So we're going to talk about that. And sometimes the ratio is not uncommon to see a 90-10. Like, what's 10% of the things that's making me 90% of my income? What's 5%? Bill Gates, what's 1% of my activity that's making me 99% of my income? What if I only did the 10, the 5, the 1, or even the 20? What does that look like? It's insanity, right? And we all know what I'm talking about. So which 20 of your sources, and this is a big one you have to answer, and this is the hardest part for most, what is the 20% of your sources are causing 80% of your problems and unhappiness? Because, guys, life is short. We have so many days on this planet. We have so many hours on this earth. We all have the same amount of hours. How do some people get so much done, and some of us struggle to get even anything done, right? It's because of this law right here. We're focusing on the 80% that's making us 20% of their money, and we're not going anywhere. If we just flip it, all right, amazing things happen. So which 20 of your activities are resulting in 80% of your desired outcomes and happiness? Really, it's about results. If you're doing something that has no results, or there's nothing that's going to happen from your efforts, why even do it? That's one of the things that Carl helped me with, is like I was doing a lot of stuff that didn't have any real results to it, so I stopped doing it and I started enjoying life. And hey, it's the hardest thing to do. What do you like doing? Like, you have to be real honest with yourself. What do you absolutely positively like doing? And you have to go, okay, how do I just do that? And we all have, there's no right or wrong answer to this, and most people aren't specific enough on what they truly like doing. But it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong answer. Just figure that out and go, okay, how do I do that and do it the best that I can? And, God, I'm going to wake up happy because I'm doing exactly what I like doing. I'm going to go to bed happy. I'm not going to wake up in the middle of the night going, I can't believe I got to do that tomorrow. I hate it. I mean, this is real life stuff here, guys. So how do you know what to focus on without burning out? Because really, if we're doing something, making a ton of money, and we hate doing it, it's just a matter of time that you will burn out and stop doing it, and then everything will fall apart, right? So how do you know what to focus on without burning out? There is this burnout-free 20% zone. So we call it the triad of awesomeness, okay? Let's see if I still have my pen here. So I'm going to start with what do I love doing? All right, I'm going to draw a little heart that's not very good because it's not a pencil-driven thing. So what do I love doing? What makes me money? All right. And what am I good at? Like, I'm just going to put a big G here. So what am I good at? What do I love doing, and what makes me money? If you take and you make a list, and you have to spend time on this, you're going to find out that in the middle, there's a sector that's called the triad of awesomeness. And this right here, my friends, is where happiness happens. And this is where you get up in the morning excited to go do whatever you want to do, or you go to bed, you're just happier with your family. Everybody's happy because you're happy. So you have to figure this out, and you have to figure a way to only live inside this triad. And if you hang around other people that are trying to live inside the triad of awesomeness, guess what? If you hang around 4, you will soon be the 5th. It's amazing. It's amazing the results from this. So there's this guy. I love this guy. Amazing book. He says, "Eat That Frog." Here's one thing that I don't agree with, though. He says, whatever you hate doing, do it first thing in the morning. Get it over with so you can enjoy your day. I say, whatever you hate doing, delegate, reduce, eliminate, automate, or delegate. Mainly delegate it out, because my frog might not be your frog. You might love doing something that I don't like doing, or vice versa. I might love doing something that you don't like doing. So find somebody that loves those frogs that you think you have to do, because a lot of times they just don't get done because you hate doing them. Like, I'm not going to do it. Perfect example, Teresa, one of my partners that I work with, she used to have to make a list of everything she would do during the day, right? And the things she hated doing were at the very bottom, okay? So she would put them at the bottom. She's like, I want these are the things I got done. So she wouldn't have to do them until the end of the day. So what we did is, all right, one is we can find somebody to do these, or do it first thing in the morning, which is what Brian Tracy says. So you choose, do it first thing in the morning, or just delegate that out so I don't have to deal with that. Well, I got to tell you, I don't eat frogs anymore. I just refuse. And it's not necessary, because I'm going to show you how to focus on the money-making activity that will generate so much business and keep you on the roller coaster that's going up and up and up, okay? So we don't eat frogs anymore. And I would suggest let's shoot for 2015 and say, no more frogs. I'm not going to do what I hate doing. I'm going to find someone that can do it for me. You know, and we talk about social media. We talk about branding. We talk about this and that. And I mean, there's so many things that we think we should be doing that we go, I hate doing it. I don't know enough to like be effective. Why not find somebody that's their frog? They love doing it, and have them do it for you at a very small cost, because the results should be more applications, more sellers, more buyers. And if it's not, then why do it at all, right? Okay. So here's a big one. Be strategic, not tactical. Workers are 15% strategic, 85% tactical. CEOs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, CEOs are 50% tactical, 85% strategic. Think about this. So get the tactical stuff off of your plate. Learn to read, reduce, eliminate, automate, and delegate everything except for what truly is, and you'd be surprised. This is the hard conversation I have with a lot of people. They have a hard time letting go of stuff. Nope, that has to be me. I have to fill in the blanks. I have to do this. I have to post on Facebook. I have to. We need to change to, really? Do I really have to do that? Period. One is, can someone else do it 80% as good? And we're going to talk about that. So the secret to all top agents find a strategy that is working, typically from somebody else that's already doing it. Then they implement it. Perfect example is the flower pot strategy we shared with you guys like a year ago. Several, if not everybody that has tried it, has had success with it. Some faster than others. Some took a year to implement it. Some took a week to implement it. Some implemented it the same day that we actually had the call. Guess who had the results the fastest? The ones that did it the exact same day or within that week had immediate results. The other ones go, I'm going to hang around and see if anyone else has success with it, right? Wrong answer, because you know, if you understand the mindset of giving something of value and going in front of somebody with something of value before they even think about it, it's a huge deal. So next, they delegate it out. For example, flower pot strategy. I keep referring to this because it's fresh in everybody's mind. What if I come into work today and somebody already had ready for me 10 flower pots, 10 flyers, 10 business cards? Everything's ready to go. All I had to do was pick them up, put them in my car. In fact, I could have somebody even put them in my car for me. Go, hey, I'm going to be there in 5. Could you start carrying out the flower pots? Yep, boom. Put them in your car. Hand you a list of expireds or FSBOs and say, hey, go deliver these. I'll see you when you get back. And you're the one that goes in, knocks on the door, hands them the flower pot. You go back to the office. I mean, seriously, how crazy would your business look in 90 days? It would be insane, right? Reduce, eliminate, automate, delegate. How much can I do? And a lot of people go, you know what? No one would want to do that. Well, if you put an ad out there and you put a description of what you need done, and they go, I'll do that, of course they would. That's what they've hired on to do, right? Building a team and managing a team and doing it profitably is the single most valuable activity any business will ever do. I mean, I know people that close 2-3 deals a month, they're not profitable. I know people that close 20 deals a month and they're not profitable. It's all about profitability, building a team, managing a team, and doing it profitably, okay? We're not going to spend a whole time on that, but we'll do a class later on down the road. Like we'll look at percentage of your employees, percentage of your expenses, how much are you taking home and physically putting in your bank. That's a big deal, and we'll have a class on that later on, okay? All right, so truth is, it's not about delegation. It's not even about getting more done. It's truly not. The truth is, it's not about getting an assistant. It's not about more results with less effort, less stress, or more freedom. The 8 words that changed everything. The less I do, the more I make. And when you think about the reduce, eliminate, automate, and delegate, the less I do, the more I make. It's so hard to comprehend this until you physically let something go and you let somebody else do it. And you know what you're doing today for 2 hours is calling your past database and connecting, engaging, and interacting with them, asking them who they know that's thinking about buying or selling a home. That's high-end money-making activities, and we've figured out how to delegate that out and have amazing results. So I'm telling you, I know people that work, the guy next week, 12, 14 hours a day, closed $40 million this year. Well, what does that look like for him? He's going to share it with us. So the less I do, the more I make. The more I let go, the more I grow. It's about letting go. Value yourself and your time. Focus on the things that bring you the real money. Step into your CEO position. You are or should be the CEO of your business, period. I don't care which company you work for. I don't care where you work. I don't care what state you're in, what city you're in. You need to be the CEO of your position, your company, okay? What is the least you can do to get the desired results? Carl beats me up on this. Like, what is the least you can do to get the desired result? First, you got to know what the result is, right? Desired result or effort. Once you know that, it's like easy. So how to make 166% more? Remember the 80-20? So if I go, all right, if I focus on the 20% that's making me 80% of my money, one is I'm going to work less time all the time. So this is the 80 right here. This is the 80. I'm not a real good drawer with my mouse, but this is the 80%. This is the 20. All right? So how much time am I spending on the 80% that's making me 20% of my money, and how much time am I spending on the 20% that's making me 80% of my money? What if I reduce, eliminate, and automate the 80% and only focus on the 20? I guarantee you're going to go home sooner every day. You're going to sit there and go, man, I have nothing to do when I've accomplished everything I want to accomplish. I've called everybody that I'm supposed to call today, and I have the results that I'm looking for to get me to my 90-day goal. Well, shoot, what if I just do the 20% again, and I do it twice, and I delegate the rest of the 80%? What does that look like? So I would still work a half a day because 2 hours here, 2 hours here. I'm only doing the 20%, and I delegate all the rest, and everybody else is doing everything, and the results are coming in. The growth is going up. That roller coaster is going uphill, up and up and up and up. I'm doing nothing that's causing me to go downhill because I've delegated it out to connect, engage, and interact with my database. I'm going to share some stories with you that I do, that I have somebody helping me, and it's amazing how much they can do without me being involved. It's scary, okay? So what's our lesson? Are we doing something that we hate doing? You gotta answer that for yourself, and I think everybody on this call can answer absolutely, positively yes. Are we doing work that a clerk or an assistant could do? Now, I'm not saying anything bad about a clerk or an assistant. That's the job they applied for. That's the job that you put out there that you need. That's why they're there, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's a bad position to be in. If you're on this call and you're a clerk or an assistant, great. Be the best you can be. Are we inventing? This is a big one I hear a lot of people doing. They call me up and they go, hey, Scott, what about this? I'm like, dude, what you're doing is working. Why are you straying from it? Why don't you do more of what's working and go home and enjoy your family? Okay, so are we inventing tasks so that we can trick ourselves into thinking that we are being productive? I'm in email for 45 minutes. I'm on Facebook. God, honey, I was in Facebook all day, and I responded to all these emails, and oh my God, I was so busy. I'm so tired. I know I can't make the mortgage payment this month, and I know like cars, man, they're repoing them and all that stuff, but man, I'm so busy. So are we doing tasks that really don't need to be done to avoid creative avoidance maybe? I don't know. Whatever it is, you have to answer that question. So putting into action, write down a list of items that you do every day. Now this is, I would love absolutely positively love to see your list. If you want to share it on the private Facebook group, I would love to see your list because I think everybody would learn from this. And here's the exercise that I want you to do, and it's a great time to do it over the weekend because you can. I know we're all going to be with family, and we all enjoy that time, but I guarantee you, there's going to be a time when you little downtime, you want to be alone. Do this exercise. I would love to see your results. So write down a list of stuff that you do every single day, and I mean everything from the time you open your eyes in the morning. Here's just a list that I made up. Check emails, make lunch, return calls, talk to clients already in process, put out fires, home inspections, attending webinars, past inspections, calling leads, calling past clients, do monthly mailers, go to Office Depot, video marketing, bookkeeping, payroll, plan your day, attend weekly classes, talk to this list could go on. I mean, what this will do will freak you out how much stuff we actually do in a day. And here's the exercise. Pick one thing that you will do 8 hours a day, 5 days per week, the next 2 weeks. That if you don't do this one thing, in 90 days you'll be out of business, okay? So pick one thing. Typically, the big money is made consulting with current and past clients, building deeper relationships, strategic or tactical. Of course, it's strategic, not tactical. Now, what I want you to do is actually pick 3 things. So go back to this list, pick the 3 things, not 1, 2, and 3. It's 1, 1, and 1. I'm going to give you 3 things. Pick 3 things that if I do these 3 things for the next 2 weeks, 8 hours a day, what will my business look like? I'm telling you, my friends, it'll be scary. And what you'll find out is a lot of that stuff doesn't need to be done that you're doing on like email. Nothing bad happens. If someone's sending you an email, it's not urgent. If the building's on fire, they're not going to email you and go, hey Chris, the building's on fire. They're going to call you, right? So you need to continually hit the refresh. I know we all do it. If we have phones, we carry it with us. We're in our cars, checking our email, what's coming in. We're all reacting to what's going on. But if we shut that stuff off, turn off all your pop-ups on your computer, don't get notified of every single thing that's going on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Pinterest and all that stuff. Get rid of it, okay? So remember me saying it's not always about getting more clients. It's about keeping the ones you already have. What do you outsource? So before I go into what you outsource, think about this. And this is a perfect example. I have a good buddy in Texas, closes a lot of loans. His focus was on the leads coming in, not the leads that they already had or the relationships he had already built. And so he did the percentage of people that he closed that actually came in, and then he did the percentage of people that he closed that he actually stayed connected with and received referrals from. The number was staggering. If he just spends more time with the people that already know, like, and trust him per month, the past clients, current clients, loans in process, because you guys have heard the reticular activator. Reticular activator means that if you just bought a car and it's a gray car, you're going to see every gray car on the road, including the one you're buying. You're going to see that every single time. You're going to see even other colors, but specifically the color that you bought, you're going to see every gray car, and you're going to see that one. You're like, oh, there's no one, there's no one, there's no one. When people are buying a house, they see every for sale sign. They hear every conversation in a restaurant. They hear every conversation at a family event, which is coming up, about buying and selling a home, because it's the reticular. They're in the process right now, and it's just they're very keen to it. Okay, so you need to be in front of these people during the process. You need to ask them for business. We're in sales, for God's sake. So what do you outsource? The things that you are currently doing that drain you. We all have that list. When you make your list, you're going to go hate that, hate that, hate that, hate that. How can I? And here's the cool part. When you do the 3 things that you go, if I do these 3 things for the next 8 hours every day for the next 2 weeks, the rest, what if you reduce, eliminate, or automate, or delegate the rest? Wouldn't that be insane? Talk about freedom and amazing growth, the things you need to be doing, but you have been neglecting, and then your frogs. That's what you outsource, all right? So if you've been neglecting a project, like if we get a new system and we get a new system, go, hey, I want to check this out, I give it to one of my partners and go, hey, check this out, give me the bullet points and give me your feedback on how this could work to help either our agent partners or our LOs. And then they give me the bullet points and go, hey, this, and this. And then if I go, I like it or I don't, or a lot of work, or was it hard to learn, or what was the user experience? I didn't spend any time on it. I had a partner do it while I'm doing the three things, the money-making activities, right? All right. I'm gonna answer questions at the end here. So when should you get an assistant? Good question, right? Everybody thinks that getting an assistant means 40 hours a week, every single week, week in and week out. No, that doesn't mean that. What if you just hired an assistant? What if you put an ad in the paper and you said 4 hours a week? I need you from or 2 hours a day or 1 hour. I need you to come in every day from 10 to 12, 2 hours a day, 8 hours a week. And somebody answers the ad. What do you think they're looking for? They're looking for part-time work. They're looking for something they can do from 10 to 12, 10 to 2. They have kids to go to school. They need to get them on the bus. They need to go home to be there for them on the bus. Guys, if they answer the ad, that's not your choice whether they want that job. That's their choice saying, hey, that works perfect for me. Then you just need to find the right person, right? At a certain units per month, when I'm too busy, listen to this. What if you're a NASCAR guy and you're like, you know what, we'll get that fast engine after we win the NASCAR 500. Or, you know what, we'll buy that really good we'll get that really good quarterback after we win the Super Bowl. That's a good idea, right? Can't happen that way. You got to get an assistant first. After you do your exercise, you go 3 things. I'm telling you guys that the results are amazing if you put the right stuff in place. Of just one thing, like farming your past database. If you just called your past database this week because it's Thanksgiving, you're like, hey, I know we closed on your loan a couple years ago. Just want to wish your family a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys have a good time. Oh, by the way, I had a little sticky note here on your folder, and it said you guys were so awesome to work with, and I just really enjoyed working with you guys. And if I could hit the universal reset button, I would just only work with people like you. I really appreciate you guys. Have a good Thanksgiving. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Really nice talking to you. If you made that call today, for the rest of the day and tomorrow, if you don't have a deal on your desk or somebody talking about buying or selling a home, I would be very shocked. Depending on how many you called. If you called 1 or 2, probably not. If you called 100, you probably have some deals closing in December from it. I can tell you. Big thing is I can't afford one. And here's the thing. An assistant should not cost you money. An assistant should make you money. That's what it's all about, right? They should bring you money. They should allow you to do the things that are money-making activities, so they focus on the stuff that isn't behind the scenes most of the time that bring you money, right? What is the cost of not doing something? 2 closings a month, 3,000, 6,000 per month. 6,000 per month equals, times 12 is 72,000 a year. Start thinking a new way. What does your assistant do? Answer phone calls, check all emails, make lunch, make coffee, all mailings, put out flyers, put your leads on your computer every morning, social media engagement, birthdays, likes, comments, everything I don't want to do or maybe aren't currently doing right now, or all my frogs. What would that look like if you had an assistant just to do this stuff? You'd probably go, man, what am I going to do, right? Well, some stuff you can do. Market to FSBO's expired listings and past clients. Plan your marketing, not necessarily implement it. Farm a new area. Call your leads. Find an accountability partner, prospecting, talent search, team building, mastermind with other like-minded people, strategic planning for every 2 weeks. Only the things you want to do while someone else is doing all the rest. Strategize. But I'm a control freak, and this is what I hear the most. Nope, I got to be the one that does that. I would never release access to my email. Can't do it. Well, then that's the choice you have to make. But here's what a business owner looks like that does everything. One-man band, right? They're doing every single, it's not physically possible. How about this guy? What instrument does this guy play? I don't know if he plays any of them. He may play all of them and be very good at it, but guess what? He only waves the baton and controls everybody that is playing an instrument. Here's the crazier part that you don't even think about. Somebody had to hire him. That isn't even in the front of everybody. You probably will never meet him. Somebody hired this guy who now, controls the whole band. Crazy. It's crazy when you think about that. 80% is good enough. So my question to you is, and this is the hardest part for most. Are they going to be as good as you? I don't know. Are they 80% as good as you? Probably. And if they are, great. That is great. Are they sometimes going to be better at you because they consistently are doing it every single day, day in and day out? Probably some of the stuff is going to be better. I can promise you, for me, it's almost all the stuff, except for the stuff that I love doing. It's okay because they're doing it. My clients need to talk to me. I hear this all the time. It's all about me. They have to call me. They have to talk to me. So do you talk to your doctor when you call in to book an appointment? Do you talk to your doctor when you get to the doctor? Wouldn't it be weird if your doctor just opened the window and said, hey, Scott, how you doing, man? Come on in. Come on back. Let me take you back to the room. Okay, hey, man, I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. I'll be right back. And that'd be really weird. You'd be like, okay, I'm in the wrong place. I feel like something bad's going to happen. It wouldn't be good, right? What would you think if you went to a concert and you saw the Eagles acting as stage crew before their own concert, sitting up there going, check one, check, check one. That wouldn't be cool either, right? Like, really? Somebody else is doing all that stuff, right? They come out there, pop the music on, and jam it out. Okay, so other benefits. Shows your clients you are professional if someone else is doing the work. Keeps you accountable. Makes you step up to the plate. Don't do things the way I have. They may do them better. And most of the time, if you physically do the exercise, write down everything you do and only circle the 3 that you know if you don't do the next 2 weeks, 8 hours a day, you're going to be out of business. What would that look like? I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Reduce, eliminate, automate, delegate. What else can I stop doing today? Yeah, I mean, like, somebody put some stuff out there. What can you stop doing today that if you, I mean, this is a great exercise. What can I stop doing today that is going to have 0 results on the bottom line? I guarantee there's something, right? When you delegate, make sure you have a deadline. This is very important. So when you say, hey, hey, could you check this software out? Like everybody's saying, hey, what CRM should I use? Well, I would delegate that to somebody that could spend time on all the CRMs and go, hey, I want you to check the CRM system out. I want you to watch every video there is about the CRM, and I want you to give me the bullet points of why you think this should be the best one for us. And is it possible for you to have that done by Friday? Friday by 5? Perfect. I want to go over it at 4, so before we go home. Perfect. Got to have a deadline. Have them repeat back to you what you are expecting them to do and what it is expected to be done. Expectations are everything. Lay it out there. Don't be shy. Make sure that they understand what they're supposed to be doing. And if they ask them if there are any obstacles that they see that will keep them from happening. And I would ask you this. Okay, so you're going to do these 3 things, right? You pick these 3 things out of your list of 80 things that you do every day, and if you don't do these for the next, 8 hours a day for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be out of business. Is there anything that's going to get in the way of you doing these 3 things for 8 hours a day? And if you come up with it, well, I got on Wednesday I got to pick my kids up and like whatever it is, like okay, so one is that's okay. Can I still work it out to where I'm doing it 8 hours a day? So that's accountability. Have them make sure they understand the expectations, and then what obstacles are going to get in the way from them doing it, right? Don't just farm out your work stuff. Delegate your personal stuff too. And don't feel guilty about it. My wife is a perfect example of this. She feels guilty having somebody come and clean her house. Recharge your batteries. So don't feel guilty about it and recharge your batteries. You have to recharge your batteries. Find a quiet place. Go to a coffee shop. Take a vacation. Get out of the house. Listen to some good music. You got to recharge your batteries. You got to do that. So where to find assistance? Where do I find people can help me with this? Title companies, mortgage companies, real estate offices, restaurants, Craigslist, smiling faces at cash registers. You'd be amazed at. I'm always looking for good talent. And there's this guy the other day. He was at Arby's. I went to Arby's, believe it or not. I'm ashamed to say that, but it's so good there. The guy was awesome. Literally, I thought about, man, this guy would be perfect fit for our company. I can tell what his profile is because he was not shy, totally confronted me, looked me in the eyes, answered me, had a good voice, everything. I'm like, this guy would be perfect in the mortgage business. I could change this guy's life. Right? Tell your friends you are looking for someone. Tell everybody. Okay, man, hey, our company's growing. I'm so excited. Here we grow again. I love that. I love that saying. Here we grow again. Looking for top talent. I'm hiring. People love that Facebook post. It's amazing when your friends will go, hey, I know somebody, I know this person, I know that person. Facebook is a great one. Facebook, people are actually put it out there looking for a new job, or maybe they don't even know they're looking, and you have a great opportunity for them, and you have a detailed description of what you want them to do because you've made your list, and you put a plan in place of what you want them to do on a daily basis every single day. and you hold them accountable, and when can it be done, and you can have somebody there with you. It's amazing when you have that person. Do I share my assistant with other agents? It depends on what you're having them do. If they're doing social media management, calling back customers, calling back clients, I mean, you might be able to share one. Absolutely. Make sure that here's the secret to, I think, success, because we've done this, is if you're going to have somebody or share somebody, make sure that you have a detailed description of here's what you need to do, and have them do the same thing for the other person, so there's no conflict. They're doing the exact same thing, exact same time of the day, whatever. That's always that's been a huge bonus for us. We have 5 people doing the exact same thing for 30 people, so there's no conflict. If one leaves, like for us, if you hire more and more people doing the same thing, if one leaves, the other 4 can pick it up. If you're, and also have your assistant write a book on exactly what they do. Like make a detailed list of what they do every day, how they do it, how they log in, everything. So that if they do decide to take another position, or you have to let them go, you have a detailed, exactly expectations of what you expect on a daily basis, and where to go, how to do it, and everything. How much do you pay them? That's going to depend on where you get them and what the description is of what you want them to do. Anywhere from $3 an hour, which I have an amazing guy in the virtual assistant that I hired, that I use this service by Chris Ducker. It's called Virtual Staff Finder. It's $500. They go out, interview, and they bring back 3 people. They give you the resumes, the recording, the disc profile, the references, everything that you want detailed, and from your description of what you want them to do. So I use that person. I love my guy. He's amazing. Does all my Facebook stuff, does my email stuff, does a lot of agent-related activities as far as listings and stuff like that. He's very trainable, very good, has his own computer, great internet action. He has a Skype phone. If it called you, you would never even know that he was in the Philippines, because he uses a 269 area code, which is from Kalamazoo. So and all the way up to however much you want. So start them off with a 60-day trial. Let them know, hey, this is the trial. I want to see how it works out. Here's what I expect. It's very specific expectations, so there's no surprises at the end if they don't work out. Have your assistant create a how-to book, which we talked about. Which employees cost you the most? Anybody know the answer to this? Which employees cost you the most? Only keep the superior and excellent. 1% superior for excellent. Good is going to cost you money. Fair is going to blow you up. And 20% bad. Okay, so superior and excellent is what you look for. You're not looking for, like, I mean, here's our little line. If I wake up 3 mornings in a row thinking about that person and I'm not sleeping with them, they gotta go. Okay, a little bit of humor there, but that's when you go home and you go like, I'm frustrated with that person, or they can't believe they keep doing that mistake over and over again. Like, if 3 days in a row, they gotta go, or retrain them. And I got a little thing here. So never do the assistants work because they aren't doing it good enough. So there's 3 choices. Retrain, make sure the expectations are there. Here's what you're supposed to do. Here's what you messed up on, what got in the way, whatever. Replace or release. Well, I mean, there's one. I was talking about this with somebody today. What if I train them, they get really good, and then they leave me for the competition? Well, you didn't have a partnership, or you didn't have a relationship to begin with. There's something not right there, so you get another one. Don't worry about training. Like, if you are only focused on the money-making activities and farming out the rest, don't worry about if somebody's going to come in. Like, life happens, changes take place. Just get another one. Don't worry about it. All right? What you do, and people don't realize this, what you do is a lot harder than it looks to an assistant. They don't get it, okay? So free disc test. Here's, if you want to, I would absolutely positively have everybody that you hire first take a disc profile. If you go to google.com and you Google Anthony Robbins disc profile, the first link that comes up, you can take this yourself. I would heavily recommend taking it. If you go there, it's just a real easy free disc profile. Gives you the results right after you're done. It's just nice to know. It's not, there's no good or bad. It's just, are you a high D, high I, high S, high C, and it tells you exactly which one is good fit for you. You don't want a salesperson doing like clerical work and organizational work. It typically isn't a good match. So you just want a disc and we'll have a disc profile test or a class on that. Yeah, but if they are bothering me with questions all day long, isn't it just easier if I do them myself? Like, and if you want to read a good book, it's called The 1 Minute Manager Meets the Monkey. You have to let this stuff go. And here's how we handle this stuff, okay? I have a question. formula. So this is the formula, and I'll give you a copy of this PowerPoint. Here it is. They come to you, and they have to say, here's the situation, here's what I did, here's the results of what I did, here's my question. So they can't just come to you with a question going, fix this for me. I don't, you know, instead of me researching it and figuring it out, they have to go, here's the situation, here's what I did, here's the results of what I did, and here's my question. If they ask you that, more than likely they're never going to come to you with a question unless it's like they get to a point where they physically can't figure it out, okay? Very awesome solution that keeps them from asking you every single question out of the book, and it just helps for training as well, okay? This is something you don't want to see in surgery, just saying, we'll throw a little humor in there. So, hiring a virtual assistant, in-house assistant, or your town assistant. Reasons to hire a virtual assistant: can complete a lot of tasks for low cost, free your time up to make the money. We're talking about a virtual assistant. Help you focus on the 80-20, helps you delegate tasks that you don't want to be working on or shouldn't be doing yourself. The range of skills you can find in a VA are limitless. Limitless. I mean, it's crazy. Fiverr, big one, Fiverr, social media, setting up blog, video editing, writing articles, freedom dialer, all kinds of stuff, $5. Just go to Fiverr, plug in whatever you want, whatever you're thinking. It's going to give you all kinds of results. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to spend a whole lot of time editing your videos. Fiverr can do that. You just click in there, edit video. You're going to have people that will edit your videos for $5 for you. You get somebody good, you keep them. Here's an editing service. Here's one guy that used to edit our video for us. This is his setup of what he does. He's like a fanatic, right? Crazy. So create a blog, Fiverr. Just all kinds of stuff. So sample posting, we'll give you a copy of this. I'm not going to go through it just for time. So tasks your VA can help with: LinkedIn, build and manage your profile, create and manage groups, increase connections, accept connections. Here's what you say if somebody wants to connect with me. Say this, and they do that for you. And my guy does that for me. Twitter, create and manage accounts, tweet for you. Video marketing, edit videos, email, post videos for your database, post to social media sites, upload to YouTube, whatever you want them to do. Agent Mastermind, attend the classes. Like, you could have them literally train and sit in on these classes and go, I want that flower pot strategy, and I want you to learn everything there is to know about it, and I want you to start, like, tell me what it's going to take to create 10 flower pots a week for me to deliver. I want you to find out how to get expired listings, because we showed you how to do that, or show them how to do that, and I want them every Wednesday by 10 o'clock. I want them ready to go. Boom, done. Tasks your VA can complete: agent marketing, build your single property websites, get your flyers ready, postcards, set up a Facebook profile for a listing, build a fan page, monitor and post pages, help create. I mean, so all this stuff that you think, man, I just don't have time for it because life. Monitor live chat and chat rooms from your single property website, sort and filter emails, handle emails with prospects, follow my clients, blog postings, building blogs, follow blogs. I mean, all this stuff. Make a list of stuff you want to accomplish. Here's a couple ways to train your assistant. AMM classes, have them set in on the classes. Lynda.com, it's $25 a month. Amazing service. Anything you want to learn on: PowerPoint presentation, Word doc, videos, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, anything you can think of that you want to learn on. They have really short, awesome videos in Lynda. They can learn all that, and there's a link, and then of course the video training. It's just insane, awesome, and it's always updated because they charge a service for it, but it's $25 a month. Freedom Caller. What would it look like if you had somebody doing nothing but every single week calling up with your current clients in process, people looking for a home? You had a lead source coming in there, calling those, filtering those out. You gave them scripts, vetting them to see if they're good, ready, not ready. What would that look like? It's just insanity, right? One of our secret weapons that we talked about, we have a class on this, phoneburner.com. It allows you to record one message and someone else can run this. I'm not going to go into this, but phoneburner.com, amazing system for you to connect, engage, interact. Like 60% to 70% of the time, depending on when you call, you're going to get a voicemail. This allows you to record one time. When you get a voicemail, push a button and it leaves that message. You'd never know it was a recording. It sounds like you left the message. Pretty cool. We have a little trick on this, and the trick goes, the voicemail sounds like this. Hey, hey Stace, one sec, I'm going to leave a message. Hey guys, this is Scott Otsbeth, ABC Real Estate. Just calling to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. I'm so excited to hear you guys are happy with your new home. And oh, by the way, And by the way, if you ever know of anybody thinking about buying or selling a home, just, you know, I'm here for you. And oh, I had this little sticky note here saying you guys were awesome, and I want to say how awesome it was to work with you guys. And if I could hit that universal reset button and only work with people like you, I'd love it. So hey, have a good Thanksgiving. Talk to you soon. Have a great holiday, and call me if you need anything. So that's the message, generic to everybody. Think about that. 60% of the time they're going to push a button. It's going to be your voicemail. And then if you get them on the phone, you use the same exact script. Pretty easy, right? This is a big one. This is huge. What if somebody calls your phone and somebody answers 24/7? Every single time somebody calls your office, they answer, hey, this is Scott Utsman's office. How can I help you? Answering Tampa Bay. The name sucks because they can do any state in the U.S., just so you know. So answeringtampabay.com. They can, somebody calls you 100% of the time, no matter what time of night, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning, they will answer the phone saying, Scott Utsman's office, how can I help you? It's like, depending on how many calls, I think it's $40 for 100 calls. Amazing service. Here's the thing. 80% of the time, the first person to pick up the phone gets the deal or calls back. 80% of the time. So if somebody's taking the message saying, hey, Scott's away from his desk right now. How can I help? Oh, I'm just thinking about listing my home, and I was referred to him by, oh, great. So he'll be in first thing in the morning, or he's in a meeting right now. I'll have him call you. Within 2 minutes, they email you who called and what they wanted. And if you have an assistant or partner, sometimes it's not even you that has to take the call. You just forward the email to your partner and have them take care of it because maybe the deal's in process. Calling to see if the appraisal will come in. You don't have to make that call. Your assistant can do that, right? Crazy stuff. All right. Things your assistant can that you may not have thought of. Letter from the president. Who do you think wrote this letter? You think George Bush wrote this? Nah, he didn't write this. Which letter do you think Carl wrote? This is the letter that Carl sent out. Which one do you think he wrote? Neither of them. Another ninja, have somebody else come in and do nothing but write handwritten postcards. How many handwritten postcards have you received in the last 2 years? 0, right? It's not common, so it gets noticed. So have somebody come in and do the George Gerard, I like you, or I appreciate you, or hey, happy Thanksgiving cards, handwritten, big deal. Remember, it's the results that we are looking for, not the activity. This is tough. The results that we are looking for, not the activity, okay? How to learn only the best stuff. Have them watch training classes and then teach you the Cliff Notes, versions of what's important. Yes, Scott, but don't they need to be smart then? Only hire smart people, all right? So Freedom Caller, call your clients for you every Monday morning. Oh, one more thing. Who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling a home? You must give your team a quota, 30 handwritten notes a week, 30 calls a week, 10 leads a week, 10 likes on Facebook per week, 10 shares on Facebook per week, 10 tweets, 10 past client calls per week, weekly calls to current clients, shopping, weekly updates to listing clients. I think if you had somebody doing that every week for you, it'd be pretty dang good. What do you post? What help do you post? Like you go to eZine articles, real estate agent tips, housewarming tips, Pinterest, housewarming tips, color tips, and there's so much stuff out there on Google. It's insane. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. All done by your assistant because you're not doing it. You're going out there going, hey, find a good post for me and bring it to me and let me approve it. Once you get comfortable with what they're getting and they get the mindset down, unbelievable. Massive consistent exposure and coolness. Send Facebook's birthday videos. Do a generic video. Happy birthday from the team. Everybody's singing happy birthday. You got a cake lit and like, hey, happy birthday, and you post it on their page. Nobody does that. Nobody. It's always happy birthday, happy birthday. They write it in there. My definition of automation, I'm going to end with this because we're out of time. Here it is. You guys ready for this? I didn't do it. Okay? I didn't do it. So I want to wish you guys a happy, exciting, and awesome Thanksgiving. And I wanted to show you. My wife told me to. My wife told me to put up the Christmas lights, and so I did. What do you guys think? Am I gonna be okay? All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So excited to be a part of your life. Honored to be a part of your life, and just really look forward to 2015 for you guys. I know it's coming up. Enjoy your family this week. Do everything you can to spend time with them. Appreciate them. And join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. And I would love to see your list of stuff that you do on a daily basis and the 3 things you're going to focus on for 2 weeks straight and learn to reduce, eliminate, automate, and delegate the rest. Again, I thank you so much for being a part of my life, and I'm honored to be a part of your life, and have a safe, exciting, and fun holiday weekend. Take care, everybody. We'll see you same time, same place next week with the $40 million man. He will be on the call and gonna light up the class. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.